Welcome back to SB Nation. It is now official. We have a college football playoff. It's a 4-team playoff with the bowls, a rotation of 6 different bowls, hosting the semifinals to be played on either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. The teams will be selected by, wait for it, a mystery selection committee. But here's the good news. If you liked elderly white gentlemen deciding things in college football before, you're going to love what the college football glitterati have in store for you. For more on what you can still argue about, though, here's our very own Jason Kirk.
The BCS is dead. College football has a playoff, and we never have any controversy to argue about ever again. That's a lie. There are still going to be annual controversies. We will get screaming mad every December and threaten to burn stuff down without fail. But first, the basics of the system. It's a 4-team playoff bolted onto the current bowl system with a selection committee, which sort of makes it like March Madness. It's different from March Madness, and it has nothing to do with the NCAA whatsoever. All the money goes to conferences and schools, and hopefully, somewhere down the line, maybe it ends up in the players' pockets, but at least it's going to schools and conferences instead of a glorified rule book in Indianapolis. Now, what to argue about? There's the selection committee itself. Who's going to be on it? Probably, possibly dead ex-coaches and some really old newspaper columnists, and they'll all look at like the football version of RPI to make their decision. But that's still better than BCS computers, because we'll at least know who's doing the picking and know who to write angry letters to. But the sad thing is that the playoff isn't really going to open the door for the mid-major. If you go back through the past 14 years of what a 14 playoff would have looked like, as our own Bill Connolly did, you find that Boise State still never had a chance to win a championship. There's also the question of which bowls get tied in. There's going to be 6 games that host the semifinal rounds. The Rose is in, the Orange is in, the new SEC Big 12 thing that could just be the Cotton is in. After that, you could have the Fiesta, the Capital One, the Chick-fil-A. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of money is going to slide around a lot of places. We know how bowls operate. They're very good at making sure their cash gets in the right pockets. We can also talk about who won and who lost the playoff debate. The SEC won. They got everything they wanted. They don't have to play games in Ann Arbor. They get the 4 best teams, whatever that means. All they had to do was opt for a selection committee, which the Big Ten wanted. All the power conferences, I guess you could say they're winners. Even though the Big Ten had its remnants of +1 factions who didn't really want to playoff. The winners and losers, it's exactly who you'd think it'd be. The Sun Belt lost. The Mountain West lost. The winners, the power conferences. But the biggest dispute of all, who gets all that money? The Sporting News is estimating multiple billions of dollars over the next decade coming in from the playoff system. And it is going to break down exactly how you think it would. The SEC and the Big Ten are going to cash in. The little guys are going to get a little bit more money, and they're going to feel better about themselves, but they're going to be even further behind than they already were.
All right, there you have it. What do you love about the new playoff? I'm assuming more football. Who's getting screwed by the new playoff? Boise State and smaller teams. But for more on Jason, check out sbnation.com. And of course, Shutdown, Fullback, subscribe up above. Leave all of your comments below. See you soon.